It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah. It's J Nolan. Don't know Terry on the track. Check. More than a rapper, I give you my whole existence. If you look into my work, you find a story of persistence. Climb from the underground, my hands covered in blisters. Played the side like a mistress, bitch, we made it out the trenches. Private number like a troll nigga. Nintendo Switch and I control niggas. Had to get it out of cold winners. Still try and give it for some gold niggas. Paralyzed, I got no feelings. All these tricks addicts letting the cold kid me. Harry check at least 4 figures. Underrated like Lou Williams. Lord save me, I'm going crazy, going stupid on them. I don't spit a hawk Lucas on them. I don't take pics or drop movies on them. I'm a motion picture, wrote a scripture. Did the cancer and the composition. When it come to rap, it's no competition. Better double back and get about your business. Yeah, that's my new vision. Gotta get my bag, gotta get my dough. Yeah, that's my new vision. Gotta keep my masses in my control. Yeah, that's my new vision. Gotta turn my thoughts into solid gold. Yeah, that's my new vision. What y'all gonna do with it? Yeah, that's my new vision. Gotta get my bag, gotta get my dough. Yeah, that's my new vision. Gotta keep my masses in my control. Yeah, that's my new vision. Gotta turn my thoughts into solid gold. Yeah, that's my new vision. What y'all gonna do with it? Yeah.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In this video, we're going to be getting into LaRussell one more again, all right? Y'all know I talked about him a few weeks ago, supporting his album rollout, completely produced by Lil Jon. I'll be remiss not to say rest in peace to Lil Jon's son. I don't know if y'all are well aware of the situation, but unfortunately, his son went missing a couple weeks ago. He just turned up last week, and unfortunately, they found his body. So prayers up for Lil Jon and his family. But we do have the LaRussell and Lil Jon album on the way. I believe it's supposed to drop on March 1st. And of course, LaRussell has been doing a pre-sale campaign up until this point. His goal is to sell 100,000 copies independently. And along the way, he has signed a deal with Roc Nation, okay? That will be Roc Nation Distribution, by the way, because the label department of the company has been dissolved. They let go Shari Bryant, who was the head of the music department. So a lot of people are still under the impression that Roc Nation is a label. They do not have a label anymore. They have a distribution company, and they also have a management wing. You know what I'm saying? And then they also have sports management. They have the Roc Nation school out in New York. So they have a whole lot of different stuff going on, but a label is not one of those things, okay? So, of course, about a week or so ago, LaRussell came out and announced that he had the deal with Roc Nation. He came out and announced it just after having a meeting with Jay-Z. And of course, that comes after he's talked about his negative experience with Roc Nation for the last couple of years, right? He was offered a deal with them when they still had the label department, and they offered him an egregiously low offer that just made him turned off from the situation. They came back with a different offer because it was supposed to be, I guess they gave him a template contract rather than the real one. That's what they claimed. But at that point, he was like, why the fuck would I, why would I come over here? Because if I would have signed that first contract you offered me, you wasn't going to bring this one to me. He did numerous interviews talking about that occasion and that situation. Speaking on the respect he had for Jay and everything like that. And it took a few years, but everything was negotiated, and he ended up joining the team after all. Now, him making this announcement brought a lot of chatter. A lot of people that were supporting him was like, damn, why would you do that? You've been the independent champion. You've been the people's champ. Why would you sign a deal? You sold out. Which I never thought, because I already know the type of mission he's been on. LaRussell has done partnerships with numerous companies in the industry. He did work with United Masters, which is another independent um, distribution company owned by Steve Stout, a very reputable person in the music industry who has worked with the likes of Jay-Z, Nas, and the who's who, a branding fucking guru, even if you don't like him. He was responsible partly for jumping off 50 before the Aftermath shit, right? At one point, he had a deal or some sort of partnership that he worked with Russ, right? The white rapper from Atlanta. And, Russ is also a very similar story of independence. He was putting out a song a day, built himself up from the ground up. Then he went and did a deal with, I believe it was Columbia. He put out his time over there. He fulfilled his contract, went back independent, has been ever since. Right? But he had a situation with Russ at one point where he was distributing and putting out his music in partnership with him, and they would, bust down the bread or whatever. So LaRussell has never said that he was anti-deal, anti-partner. But unfortunately, a lot of people look at independence as you doing everything yourself and don't look at everything that needs to be taken care of along the way, right? LaRussell's built a team around himself. He's got a visual team. He's got people that help him put together the shows, you know what I'm saying, that travel with him, keep logistics and all of that type of stuff. But all of that is paid out of pocket. All of that is handled on his own. The ads that he puts out there, I believe he said he spends damn near 6 figures in advertising to keep himself on the level where you see him. That's a lot of money to come out and finance yourself, right? So now he announces the Roc Nation deal, and a lot of people started shitting on him. Well, now he has a video out where he actually addresses all of the chatter that's circulating around his name to where he can address it, go in detail, and it's not just a footnote of a Breakfast Club conversation. He can do this on his own platform and give us the details. So I wanted to go ahead and give him the opportunity to say what he needed to say through my platform. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this video up.
Everything.
All of everything.
Man, where should we go?
Well, let's start with the elephant in the room, shall we?
Come on.
Word on the street is you're not independent no more.
Yep. Hey, something really interesting of this, like I sit and I think about this discussion. And Nipsey was praised for being an independent pioneer. And to me, that's what I believe Nipsey to be, right? And that's what I believe the world believes Nipsey to be. But Nipsey had deals his entire career, the entirety of it. But to me, that never took from his independence.
Yeah.
I seen how much work he put in. I seen what him and his team did. I heard what he put his money into. I seen him build his own infrastructures. He was independent to me.
Yeah.
Though he had label backing and support, he was independent to me because they ran their own race.
Right.
You feel me? They used the label as partners when they needed to, but he was completely independent, and we seen it and witnessed it, and nobody could take that from him. That last album with Atlantic was like, to me, it's like, yeah, that's Atlantic, but Nip indie.
Right.
You feel me? And I don't feel like that could be taken. But there's some people that believe opposite. And I feel like I'm now in a similar position where it's like my independence is questioned because I finally decided.
Only thing I'll push back on is Nipsey being having deals through the entirety of his career. When he was doing like what was it, The Bullets Ain't Got No Name and all that other shit. Like, yeah, he had a deal early on, but when the world was coming into Nipsey, like when he put out the $100 mixtape and all that shit, the All Money In era, the Marathon Continues era, I don't remember him having a deal. I thought he was completely independent at that time, and he was holding out for the right offer. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z supported that as well both times, the $100 album and the $1,000 album. So I will push back on that piece, but I understand what he's saying. Hopefully none of the the people that are like super locked in with Nipsey attacked him on that. But it's just a little piece factually incorrect.
To get a partner to propel what I've done independently for years and years, and propel what I'm still doing. Like this whole Super Bowl run, who was with me? My niggas
Who
that
paid
I pay, that I hire. who run these seeding campaigns and clipping campaigns? Me, my niggas that I pay, that I hire. You know, like my entire infrastructure is my team and my people that I worked hard and built with. And now we got assistants where it's like, yeah, I got a meeting with Apple now. I got a meeting with Spotify. I got a staff of niggas who helped me build what I've been building, but I'm no longer independent, even though I'm still with all the niggas and paying all the niggas I've been paying, you know?
Right.
It's, I think it's just everybody don't have the grasp and understanding of what that is. People think independent mean alone.
Right.
And independent don't mean alone, you know? Independent mean I'm able to stand on my own 2 feet and do my own thing.
Right. It mean
like,
if the label walked away today, would your shit stop?
Right.
The answer
That's how
to that.
you know if you independent or not.
Right.
If the infrastructure leaves, would everything go?
That's how you know
And
if
in
you
this
independent.
case, never.
Right.
You feel me? It's like, there's no way a nigga could see and witness.
And let me just take a moment to congratulate LaRussell for being a part of the fucking Super Bowl last weekend. That shit can't be stated enough. And a fully independent artist was a part of the motherfucking Super Bowl tailgate Saturday and Sunday. Coming from the Bay Area, independent, doing shows out his motherfucking mama backyard, rapping about his life, rapping about his come up, rapping about what he want to do. Like, if you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Yeah, I gotta quote my nigga Jay on that. You feel me? Because if anybody wants to like contest his place, we have the perfect solution. Nigga, you do it. Show me how you do it. Show me how you, over the course of the next 5 to 8 years, all by yourself, can build a team, build an infrastructure, build up a fucking concert platform, ticket sale platform, where you invite people to come see you do your shit in your backyard, build up a sound stage that's fucking feasible for hundreds of people, and you become a part of the motherfucking Super Bowl in 5 to 7 years. And he also played a hand in selecting the house band for the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just him. He was able to bring in motherfuckers to also be a part of it. You do it and talk about what a nigga is and ain't.
It's everything I've done to be like, nah, you not indie no more. It's like, all right, well, you can think whatever you want to think. I'll be in my backyard that I built myself with my niggas that I hired and employed and paid.
Throwing shows with my own ticketing
platform. And I'll still be throwing my shows on my own ticketing platform, putting up my own money. Right. And I'll still be throwing my own festivals. And I'll still own my own company. But yeah, I'm going to share some revenue in an album, so I'm not independent.
Right. Shame on you for wanting to build your business and increase.
This nigga had motherfucking Sweetie damn near in rap camp last year. Now, y'all can say what y'all want about Sweetie and her rap style, her whatever, but this is an artist with hits, a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Signed to a major label, and he had her in his facility going through rap camp, releasing music in partnership with his independent platform. Again, show me how you do that.
The revenue that you bring in so that way you can help build your community. And you know what's
so crazy? It's like, no one cares when these niggas go and blow and sign up and sign with these white people.
Nobody cared that Lotto did it, that Cardi B did it, that Lil Baby did it, that Da Baby did. Nobody cared. Yo Gotti, Lil Yachty, nobody cared. But God forbid the nigga who's showing everybody that they can do it on their own goes and does it so he can go and show you how you can do it with them. God forbid.
God forbid.
You showed them every route you can take
and
independent.
I seen a statement that was like, oh, well, this whole time you push that you don't need labels and this and that, and this is a contradiction. And I even think that is bullshit because I've literally shown
Every time
you don't need labels.
Right.
I didn't sign because I needed a label. Nigga, I am successful. I made it. I have more money than you making the opinion on me. Like, nigga, I am more successful than every nigga who got an opinion on me by myself, with my niggas, dolo. You feel me? I didn't need to sign. I got to a position where it was like, oh, this could benefit me and benefit you. I'm going to utilize this to propel my brand and my vision and change my family's life for the rest of its life.
Yeah. And what's like so beautiful about what you're doing, if these lame ass niggas could get a brain cell for half a second,
Right.
is like everybody starts out wanting to be signed. Like it's
Every
not
nigga
until
dream.
it's not until now. It's not until niggas like you showed that you don't have to be signed that niggas started being like, no, I'm gonna stay independent. Like, all right, Jack, go ahead and do that. But now you're showing for people who do sign, you're gonna be able to say, I've had that experience as well. Here's what you do in that situation. The same way that you did for being indie and showing people how to make it indie, you're going to be able to tell people, okay, if you sign, here's the kind of deal that you should do. Here's how you talk to your label partners. Here's what you ask for. Here's, you know, it's like, you niggas mad that
Man.
you're going to be able to show the way on both sides.
And you know, I seen a remark that was like, well, we'll see how it goes in some months when you this and you fucked up and now you wishing you wouldn't have signed.
God damn, why would you wish that on you?
You know, it's like, you could pray for me instead of praying on me.
Ooh.
You know, pray for me, don't pray on me. And if that is the instance, if I do bump my head and I go back to the point where it's like, damn, I wish I wouldn't have did that, that's a learning experience for me. That ain't nothing for you to wish on me, oh bitch ass nigga. You feel me? Like, no matter how much you hate me, it's not gonna make you not a bitch ass nigga.
Oh,
You
God.
still gonna be that. But you don't have to pray on me. If I bump my head and I learn, oh,
Hold on, folks. I gotta give it to him on that one. Hold on. God damn. Oh shit, my goddamn applause ain't working. My shit ain't working. What the hell? Hold on. Hey, I needed to give you some applause on that one, my nigga. Ain't no about a failure or learning experience that's gonna stop you from being a bitch ass nigga. You was that before you said it. You gonna be that for the rest of your life, whether I'm up or down. Goodness gracious.
oh man, I jumped off that cliff and I broke my leg. It ain't for you to be like, oh nigga, you broke your leg.
That's
We
what
knew."
you get for
It's
jumping,
like, you
nigga.
a loser, nigga. That ain't cool, and it ain't never been cool. And that could be the case. You don't know when you going into uncharted terrain and territory what's gonna happen. A nigga could end up in a situation where it's like, man, I wish I never did that. Thank God I learned from it. Here's the information so you don't have to do it. But a bitch ass nigga want to be in front of it. You feel me? It's like, that shit weird. You gotta get out this weird ass behavior. Like, we've gotten to a point in social media and society where y'all turn humans into trending topics. And I'm not a topic. I'm a human. Niggas on podcasts with think pieces and shit. I'm not your topic, nigga. This is my real life. My real life that I achieved and accomplished something that you could never do in your lifetime. But a nigga got something to say. You feel me? Like, that shit out. We got to get out that phase of life of treating niggas like they not human no more.
Right. Niggas gossiping in the tabloids. Go get you some money.
Go get you some motion. Go get you some motion, you know. Those who do, and those who don't do, watch and comment on those who do.
Right.
You should try to be the one who do.
Well, so what we need.
So I think what happened here for the people that are critical of LaRussell is they looked at him as the example. They looked at him as, well, long as he ain't doing it, then I don't got to feel bad about the fact that I don't have a deal, right? Because I think a lot of people are, especially artists, especially in this era, are massively under and uneducated about the music business. And they just like putting their music up and putting it out however they do it, have no, no plan, no budget, no infrastructure, no groundwork, no footwork. And when I say footwork, I mean, actually getting out and moving, whether that be with promotion or getting out of the house. I feel like, with COVID and everything, what it did was it hurt a lot of the local scenes in different cities. Although some local scenes are back up and running, a lot of local scenes were decimated because a lot of venues went out of business. And although they did do some like government mandated money that went out to keep some of these venues alive, they're now a lot of those venues are now under the ownership of Live Nation and other big companies like that, Ticketmaster, all that shit, because they accepted that money. They didn't really know where that money was coming from. A lot of motherfuckers got bought out just to survive. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being stated, a lot of artists that really ain't doing much, but putting their music out, uploading, maybe doing content here and there, they looked at LaRussell as the benchmark of, okay, a nigga, it looked like he doing it like me. And he's having success. So therefore, I could keep doing this the way that I've been doing it and eventually find success. However, that's not how he was doing it. It may have looked like he was just putting music up, uploading it, doing content. That nigga was doing so much motherfucking content. That nigga stayed on my goddamn Instagram live. I mean, not live, but my Instagram timeline 3 to 4 times a day for a year and a half straight. Today, I don't see his content as much. He's still dropping it, but with the way that Instagram feeds you the content these days, it's very fractured compared to a few years ago. But once upon a time, every time I opened up my Instagram app, I saw him performing in his garage, him performing in his backyard, him doing a conversation with Tieta here about what they had going on. For a year and a half, every time I opened my app, he was at the top of that motherfucker. You don't get there by just dropping some shit and hoping something happened. That nigga had a plan and executed that motherfucker to perfection. All right? Now let's progress this story a little bit. And I believe the Roc Nation situation is a 1-album deal. It's a 1-album distribution deal where they can go in, they can work this album. I know he said right after they did the deal, he caught Backlash and he had his music on 50 radio stations. So they were already putting legwork in immediately with something that he didn't have access to, which is radio. But let's look at something in the water. This is the album with him and Lil Jon that's about to come out, right? So last time I updated y'all on this album, I think he had just sold like 10,000. And that was a big fucking deal, right? Now he has sold 26,505 pre-sale copies out of the 100K goal that he has set for himself. And the album drops in another 2 weeks. And who knows if they drop it in 2 weeks, because he was supposed to drop it a month ago, 30 days ago. But he extended the campaign to try to get closer to the goal. So even if he doesn't hit the 100K, which it doesn't look like he's on pace to do, if he dropped the album tomorrow, they will be reporting to Billboard 26,000 copies. Now, let's look at this. Artists who have major label backing, who have marketing, who have all of this different type of shit. Last year, remember we saw like Ice Spice debut at like, what was her debut? I'm not shitting on Ice Spice. I'm just using her comparatively as a major label artist. On a major label last year, she sold 28,000 copies first week. Okay? 28,000. He's already at 26. He's going to eclipse that with this campaign. Here we have JT's album, City Cinderella. It debuted number 27 on the Billboard 200 last year. Or 20, what was that, 24? 26,000. Right? And I meant 2024 for Ice Spice as well. We go to Lotto 2024. She sold 29,000 first week. You know what I'm saying? And those are streaming equivalent sales. These here are hard copy cash transaction sales at a pay what you want premium. You know what I'm saying? I paid them 10 for mine, I believe. But he's at 26,506. It just went up from 505 to 506. Somebody just bought this shit while I'm sitting here talking about it. So I would estimate that if he dropped this album tomorrow, he would be probably a top 20, top 25 seller on Billboard Hot 200. You know what I'm saying? For the album sales. And that's still with 2 more weeks. He could sell another 10K in the next 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm sure he'll get closer to 30. So that's him independently doing his thing. Not to mention, once Roc Nation works all their move and helps him with the streaming platform, since he's going out, he said he got meetings with Apple, meetings with Spotify, all that different type of stuff, which means that they're going to probably find different playlists. They're going to find different ways to work this project in with the streaming platforms so that he's able to get a little bit more traction on that side of it, which is going to bring in even more sales off of the streams. So he could fuck around and damn near do 40K if they do this the right way, which is amazing. A small artist from the Bay Area. This is not a legacy artist. This is not somebody who had a deal like the Clips, you know what I'm saying, who have 20 years of cultural cachet and build up of a fan base. We're talking about a nigga who's been out for probably 10 years independently, just really came into a lot of people's sphere in the last 3-4 years. Many people are just now getting hip to him today. So he's still in a position to do some really major shit and change the landscape if people are willing to work. And let's say Roc Nation drops the ball on this project. I'm not wishing that on him, but if they were, it's just a 1 album deal. You know what I'm saying? So they could wash their hands and go their separate ways. Or if it's a successful venture as they hope for, they could go back and re-up. So anybody shitting on LaRussell is just a fucking weirdo, honestly. And I totally understand why he would be happy to have radio, because you're dealing with one of the most successful radio producers that we've seen. We're talking about Lil Jon, all the fucking hits that he's had. You know, people have been asking, like, where's Lil Jon? Why he ain't out here working with some of these artists? And it took for LaRussell to be like, nah, let me lock in and do an album with bro. So I am looking forward to hearing what this shit hitting on and ultimately how it pans out for him for his career. Because I think this is a major situation. All right? Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I